Introduce yourself.
My name is Alex Ameri. I'm the interim director of public works for the city of Hayward. I was involved in this project since the inception in 1992 when it came to the city of Hayward. And then in 1993, it was approved after the council initially rejected the project. The project, we have nothing against the project. We want the project developed. We don't care if there are 25 homes or 30 homes. Our position is that this is an East Bay Mud service area project. I have a copy of the draft EIR that talks about how East Bay Mud can serve the project up to 20 lots, but it costs $1 million. $1 million for pump station and reservoir to serve the site. The developer doesn't want to pay $1 million for that, so they came to the city of Hayward. City of Hayward approved a utility service agreement in 1993, in January of 1993. The developer didn't execute a utility service agreement until 2008. So that's 15 years. And then that agreement had a 2-year life. It expired. The city wrote twice to the developer that come extend this if you want it. They didn't. Then we had the massive drought that we had and some other situations, and the city is saying, look, you are not in the city of Hayward service area. You are in East Bay Mud service area. Yes, it is going to cost $1 million, but you need to go to them rather than to the city of Hayward. Other than that, we have nothing against this project. We want to see homes up there if that's the desire of the community.
I was at the meeting at East Bay Mud, and that I believe you guys were supposed to be at. Nobody showed up. But East Bay Mud said there's no way they can serve it. They didn't talk anything about, a
There's
reservoir.
a draft EIR I can share with you that says that with a
From
pump station.
93?
Well, when the project was initially approved, yes.
Yeah. The meeting that we had with East Bay Mud, they said there's no way for them to serve over a certain elevation band. So they didn't bring up the concept of an additional reservoir and the $1 million that might cost. They just said that there's
Have the document here.
no
but
option.
The point
Why would
that
you want to have East Bay Mud serve it if you already have a Hayward water stub right there?
Because they are not part of our service area, because when there is a drought, just like the drought that we had, our allocation is going to be based on a base year that happened to be 2013. Adding lots that are not part of our service area is going to add to our obligation. In Hayward, the average home uses, at least until last year, they use less than 50 gallons a day. The homes that we serve as part of our obligation in the Castle Home area use 10 times as much water. We are not able to serve some of these lots during the drought without impacting our own residents that have paid for the water system, are entitled to the water system. These lots are not part of the city of Hayward.
Is the park right there part of the? They're serving the park, though,
the
right?
park received a utility service agreement
Okay.
and executed an agreement pursuant to that utility service agreement.
Okay. And Mr. Keller, is he on your water as well? The folks that live there, the Kellers?
I don't know.
Okay.
They are saying that they are, yes.
Okay.
If they are pursuant to a utility service agreement that is valid and not expired.
We're not in a drought now, but you're saying you can't serve them because we might be again someday. And
Oh, we
Hayward's
definitely
water-
will be.
Hayward's
We
water
definitely
supply
will
is
be.
so tight that 25 homes is going to make
You know,
a
you
difference.
wouldn't believe it, but the whole Bay Area, except for East Bay Mud, has a set allocation. And that's
From
set
Hetch in your case,
from
right?
Hetch
Right.
in my case.
Okay.
And that will have to be reduced in order to, meet all of the numbers.
So so the city of Hayward's in the process of getting all of these potentially thousands of apartments approved on all these Caltrans property. How on earth is the city of Hayward going to supply water to those
Using
developments if
our
it's so
own
tight?
City of Hayward allocation. We are not using East Bay Mud's allocation or other allocation. We are using the city of Hayward allocations for constructing homes in the city of Hayward.
Okay. So this is just a jurisdictional issue?
It is a jurisdictional
jurisdictional
issue.
boundary
We have
issue?
said from the beginning that we are not against the project. We just want the project to be served by the jurisdiction where this project is located in, and that's East Bay Mud.
They don't have the infrastructure to do that.
And they say that it costs $1 million for the
That was
infrastructure.
25 years ago, and they're
So
saying
right-
now that's not an option.
It's not that the option has changed, the cost may have changed. This is all a question of cost. Hayward's cost is less than East Bay Mud. East Bay Mud's connection is several times. The fee is several times the city of Hayward, and in addition, there is a reservoir and pump station that will have to be constructed. It's all a question of cost. It's not a question of whether or not it can be done.
Any questions for the gentleman from the city of Hayward?
I just find it unfortunate that a reasonable solution, which you have in your hand, that there's no reasonable solution to go 10 feet over a friggin' property line to accommodate a development and maybe at an additional cost. I don't like your position. It's unfortunate because I can see why we are in these political fights between property lines and the city does this and the city does that. And just listening to you just kind of makes me sick to my stomach, but that's just me. I really wish that there was a way to accommodate a situation that was more reasonable than turning around and building a reservoir, impacting all the things it would take to get the water there when you have the answer in your hand and you're not willing to do it. So I don't really think there's anything too much to say about it. It's unfortunate. So.
Okay, any other comments? Okay, thank you. Thanks for coming.
Okay.
Appreciate it. So, council members,